All right, so today's video is going to be a raw, uncut video, some more one-on-one time with me. And I wanted to talk about my experience of really going from a hobby filmmaker to becoming a full-time filmmaker. So really the business side of things and what you guys can do to really make your passion and your dream a reality and a full time business. And honestly, I think that this is legitimately possible for anybody who wants to make this a serious career, as long as they apply the right techniques and the right strategy. So, guys, before we get into it, yeah, this is going to be a completely raw and uncut video. I'm going to start doing these once a week on my channel, focusing on how we can better ourselves and make more money and be a better person physically, mentally, um, monetarily, ultimately just creating a better life for all of us. And I want to do this through raw, you know, unedited, on all the fancy stuff, and just have some one on one time with somebody who has already done what you guys are trying to do. So, with that all being said, let's kind of go through the contexts of the video. And the first subject I want to cover is going to be my background and how I kind of went from where I was of doing this as a hobby to creating an income that allows me to pay all of my bills. And then to even starting up new businesses that don't have anything to do with video, and make a lot of money with those things as well. Ultimately, allowing me to live the life that I had always dreamed of, being able to be financially free, being able to have my time to myself in terms of being able to choose my own hours and do what I want to do and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, let's just kind of go over that story. So, I started doing video when I was in school. It was always a passion. I would watch a lot of these other videographers on YouTube and other places. Um, and, I bought my first camera. So I started making videos. I started getting good at making videos. And about a year or two into it, I realized that people needed video. And with this growing demand of video in the business world and with social media, I started charging for my services. Get some water. Sorry about that. So, um, after charging, let's say, $100, $200, $300, it was something that I knew I could make money, but at the time I didn't realize how much money was actually out there and how much money I could actually make as a filmmaker. So, long story short, I started working a real estate job where I was working for an investment company. And fast forwarding 3 or 4 years later, after I was working for them, I continue to hone in on my skills. And after learning all these business principles and entrepreneurial principles through my degree in school and working another job that had nothing to do with video, I realized that businesses have a lot of similarities. And what I've learned is that once you understand and can master, building a business, that can really be applied to any aspect of career or business or venture that you want to go down. And so I was able to take the principles that I had learned working for this real estate company, in terms of marketing, outreach, sales, and apply these to video, and start to take this seriously on the side and just see what I could do. Well, very quickly after that, I had landed a client that paid me and my friend Mark at the time $3,000, and that was kind of like, okay, if I could charge this guy $3,000, how many projects would I actually need to be able to go full time in this? And for me at the time, it was about three. clients per month. At 3 clients per month, I could bring about $9,000 in on revenue, which at the time would have been enough to pay pretty much all my expenses. So, long story short, we start growing it, and as soon as I was able to make, um, 3, 4 clients per month, which honestly didn't take that long, and I will go, and start speaking about this later on in the video on how I did that, and what you guys can do to get there quicker as well. I was able to stop my job. I still maintain a lot of clients. I still do a lot of videography. I have now kind of shifted my time and energy into real estate investing, which I still sorry, which I still do video on a day to day, month to month basis, not to the scale that I was doing it before I did real estate investing, because for me there was more income and more potential there. But the point being is that I got to take a passion that I had, a dream that I had, and I got to turn it into an income producer. So not only did I get to make money to, help pay my bills, I've made money to be able to buy more gear, buy more lenses, start a YouTube channel, hire an editor, do all these things that, my hobby is funding. Okay? So with that all being said, let's fast forward to today. I built a videography business that generated, at its top peak, about $60,000 per month. I've toned it down a little bit since then, since I've been focusing on building the YouTube channel and been focusing on my real estate investment career. But in terms of being able to do this, nothing has changed. We still maintain a lot of clients. We still do outreach. We still have, we know how it works. So with that all being said, let's kind of start speaking about you guys and whoever's watching this video, how I could potentially take this knowledge and help you guys fast forward your skills in your timeline on getting to be able to do this as fast as possible. Okay, so number one is section one. Let's talk about what you guys need to do before you start really going down the whole business venture in terms of videography, photography, becoming a full-time filmmaker. And guys, I'm not necessarily talking in terms of joining big production companies and working, as gaffers and working as, DPs and all this sort of stuff. I'm really kind of bringing it down to the basics, to somebody who can literally start making money as a one-man team, buying a, FX30, buying a couple lenses, and just start making money right out the gate. That's really who this video is geared towards, because there's a lot of money in this freelancing world, especially due to social media and the demand in constant content. So just before you guys continue watching, keep in mind that's kind of who this video is catered to. Okay, so again, moving back. The number one step is we want to hone in on the craft. Okay, so guys, before you can start charging money, you need to know what you're doing. Okay, so you need to understand how to edit. You need to understand how to film good quality videos. Excuse me. You need to figure out how to color grade correctly. You need to figure out how to, put together something from A to Z, before you can really start charging money for any of these services. Okay. And if you guys have already done that, just skip to the section 2 of the video. I'll put bookmarks in it. But yeah, that's going to be the number one thing that we want to focus on. And how I did that, I didn't go to film school. I didn't pay any money on my education for filming. I literally watched YouTube. And I bought a camera. I started making videos with my friends. I went to the beach, made fun videos. I would make travel videos. I would just make videos for fun. And it was a passion of mine, and I enjoyed it and I loved it. And I just continued to get better and better and better and better. I eventually learned how to shoot in log footage and understand how to film log footage correctly. I started to understand white balance. I started to understand shooting in slow motion. I started to understand all these aspects of video that are really needed to not only create like a really good video, but um to also just produce a beautiful looking image and do something professional. Okay. And that's what I would do, what I would recommend to anybody getting started who might not quite be at the point where they're, um, feel like they've mastered the cone of creating videos or photography, on that note. But to the contrary of that, guys, you don't need to be a, you know, Sam Colder or a high end direct. Like, you guys don't need to have crazy skill sets in order to start charging money. You just need to have the basic knowledge, and you need to have more knowledge than the average Joe. Okay, guys, the average person has no idea on how to even turn on a camera, or use a camera that's not their iPhone. So, right off the bat, if you can learn how to do that and make your video quality look better than an iPhone, you're already going to be, on top of a majority of people, which means you can offer some sort of value for whatever content that you are creating. Okay. So, guys, again, just to recap this section of the video, you want to understand how to cone in on and create videos and practice and get better and just be better than a majority of other people so that you can start charging money for your videos. Okay. That's going to be the first step. Okay. And now that moves me into step number 2, which is going to be building a liable portfolio. And guys, this is an extremely important part. And the people that are failing at getting a lot of clients and succeeding in the video business are probably missing this part out, and um, they're not doing it correctly. Okay. So a portfolio, what you guys need to understand about a portfolio is that the type of client work that you want to do, they're going to want to see examples of the client, of work that you have done that is in their niche. For example, if you're shooting videos for an attorney, or you're looking to get videos for, or create videos for an attorney, you are going to need to, um, have some sort of reference videos of attorneys, or if they're not attorneys, they need to be in that corporate setting that the attorneys can relate to. Otherwise, why would they even hire you in the first place if they have no idea what you can do for them? They have no clue. Okay. And like, to the contrary of that, to give you an example of why, what the opposite of that could be is, let's say that you have made a bunch of cool travel videos of Switzerland, and now you're trying to do a video for an attorney. Well, the attorney's not going to look at those beautiful drone shots you got of Switzerland and say, hey, they can create, what I'm looking for. They want somebody who's worked with attorneys and has shot attorneys. Okay. So, what you need to really do is you need to create really a website, and you need to categorize all of your different sections and types of videos. So if you're going to do product shoots, you're going to want to have a few reference videos of product shoots, and you're going to want to have that in one area of your website or your portfolio, so that when you start the outreach process, which is in the next section of this video, you know what to send these people, to potentially get them as a client and show them reference videos. Okay. So, with that all being said, guys, this is extremely important. And if you have not already built a portfolio, then you're going to have to start doing some shoots for free. Okay. And that's exactly what I did, and what me and Mark did when we started our journey. Is we looked for, we figured out the niches that we wanted to be in, and we would reach out to companies that were in that niche, and we would literally offer them a free video, not because we thought that they would ever become a paying client, because they probably won't, but because, we knew that we could make them a free video, and we could use the video that we make for them as a reference video for our new potential clients. And we did that at the beginning for really e-com products and online products that needed product videos that or commercials to showcase their product on their website, through Amazon, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I'm just making sure I'm still in focus. Yeah, we're good. So, with that all being said, guys, portfolio is extremely, extremely important, and you guys need to take this, very, very seriously, because this is, the way I like to look to compare this to is sales. Okay, in the videography world, you could be a very good salesman, and yes, that will help you convert clients, but what is more important in terms of actually converting the sale than your sales skills is going to be having a portfolio to show them and to prove to the client that you are worthy and you have worked in their niche before. Okay. So, what I would recommend that you guys do here is I would create a website. You can create a free one on like Squarespace, or I'm not shouting out or doing any deals with anyone. I'm just telling you, you could go on a website, create one, Wix, whatever. Create one, a very simple website that showcases your portfolio. Upload these videos on YouTube. If you have some money to spend, you can upload them on Vimeo. Create a collage and start creating different packages. And if you don't have any clients yet, I would focus on a niche, whether that's attorneys, whether that's doctors, whether that's products. And if it is products, ecom products, what type of products is that going to be? Um, is it going to be chairs? Is it going to be furniture? Is it going to be, bikes? It doesn't matter what it is, but try to cone in on a specific niche that you can start to do outreach on and get some reference videos, and create a portfolio. Okay. Which now leads me into the next section of the video that we're going to talk about, and that's going to be outreach. Okay. So we have already pretty much coned in on our skills and creating good videos. We've now, after that, we have um, created a portfolio on these niche products, and now we need to start the outreach process. And guys, there's a lot of ways that you can do this, but one of my favorite and most effective ways um, has to be emails, cold emails to brands. If it is going to be a like an online brand that you're working with, if it's online products. If you are trying to go after locals, I would either do Instagram DM outreach, or I would literally cold call up their offices. But first, let's talk about if you're doing an online brand and how you would outreach to these people. So, guys, cold email works very, very well. And just to kind of give you a quick rundown on how I did this and how I landed my first deal of $3,000, is I would send out a cold email to brands in a specific niche by first doing market research and finding those brands. And with things like ChatGPT and things like Apollo.io and Snub.io and all of these online email softwares, it's pretty easy now to pull an email of a specific company, of like a specific person in that company. So write down snuff.io. That's a great resource for this. And to give you guys an even better idea, let's just say, give you an example. Let's say that you're reaching out to DJI, okay? And you want to shoot them a message about potentially working with them as a videographer. Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to get the right contact person to even send that email to. And that's where Snob.io or one of these email scraper softwares come in place. They help you get a list of the email addresses of people that work at DJI. Okay. But then you need to go as far as speaking to the right person in the company. Because yes, you could speak to a bunch of different people in DJI, but the most important person you would probably want to talk to would be the marketing department or the influencer department. Those are the two departments that are actually going to probably reply to you, because they're going to be in charge of video content for their company. Okay. Now, guys, I want you to remember that why are you creating a video for a company? Okay. Why is a company going to pay you $3,000 to create content? Because maybe some of them will, but a majority of them are not going to want to pay $3,000 just so they can have a pretty looking image of one of their products. No, they want to pay this $3,000 to you because they need to better showcase their product or service to the digital world and use this as marketing material. So that is who you are pitching your potential services to, is the marketing department, and letting them know that, hey, listen, you know, I am a videographer. I've worked with multiple companies in your niche. Here is some of the example videos. I would love to work with you guys. Are you guys interested, or are you guys hiring any videographers or outsourcing videographers for this product? And along the lines of that sort of outreach message is kind of along the lines of how you want to outreach to all of these brands. And guys, I just want to go as far as saying that this is a numbers game. Okay, I am trying to take the business aspects of this and say that this is a numbers game. This is not about. This is not going to be about sending out 5, 6, 7 emails and then crying the next day that you didn't get a response. That's not how it works. That's not the reality. The reality is that if you really want to make this work, you need to send out hundreds of emails, especially at the beginning, because your work you'll probably only have 2 or 3 videos that can even prove and showcase what you can do. And on top of that, you don't have any momentum. And momentum is, let's say you're in the flow, you're getting clients, people are talking about you. It's just this energy that comes with starting to get the ball rolling with some sort of success. So you're going to need to send out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these emails, and in return, you will get some interested clients. Okay. And once you have interested clients, then we will move into the next section. But before we do so, I just want to just make a couple more key pointers and touches on this outreach process. Is that, guys, you have to put in the work. Okay, everything that I'm saying in this video is not rocket science. Anybody can do it. Anybody. And if you love videography and this is your passion and this is something you want to do, and this is something you want to do full time and make this a career, you need to also put in the work on the side that is not the creation side. It's the business side. And that's what we're talking about in this video, guys. You have to take this serious and make this your job, make this your income, make this your career. And you have to do that by putting in work on areas that aren't editing videos. So that was just something I wanted to touch on this section. So that's outreach. We can touch more about that in some other videos. Let me know down below if you want more help on outreach, because I really do have a really good system for that. Okay. And yeah, let's move into the next kind of category and subject. And that's going to be the sales process. Okay. And guys, luckily from my experience and doing sales in other businesses, it's not going to be as difficult, because a lot of these brands and companies will actually only talk to you probably via email. A lot of them aren't even going to want to do a face-to-face conversation if it's a product. Now, that is completely different when it comes to local people. So you're going to need to pick if you feel good having sales conversations and talking to people, face to face, or if you prefer to be more behind the computer. You need to pick whatever's best for you. But the good news is that it's not as an intensive of a sales process as a lot of other businesses, because at the end of the day, you want to keep things simple and say, look, this is my work. This is what I can do for you. Having a higher end video will help you showcase your product better. It is extremely important in today's market and in today's world. This is what I've done. These are the examples of what I've done, and this is what I charge. Um, that's pretty much it, guys. And I could go in to much more in depth on sales. And if you guys are really, really bad at sales, or you have no idea how to take the sales game farther, I could make videos about that. You could do research in terms of reading books and just getting better at talking to people and selling the product or service that you're selling. But guys, at the end of the day, from my experience, you don't need to be the best salesman in the world to sell somebody on this level of videography, because there is a high demand. And excuse me, and you're already showcasing what you can do through your portfolio. Okay, so guys, these are some beginner things that you definitely need to do, and the first few action steps that you need to do to start making this a career. Okay, but once you have, again, recapping everything that we have spoken about, once you have figured out how to make a very good video, number two, made a portfolio in a specific niche. Number three, start to figure out what type of outreach methods work best for you. Number four, figure out how to sell these people into customers. And then it just comes down to, how many of these deals do I need to do per month before I can take this more serious, stop my 9 to 5, and make this a full time career. And now, what I do want to say to people on this is that if you, there's two different ways about going about this, okay? If you have money saved up, okay, for 6 months, then I would say you could take that jump as soon as you hit 1 month that is proving that you can make the amount of money that you need to survive month to month on the income that comes in from videography. If you don't have any money saved up, I would actually want to hit 3 or 4 months consistently, knowing that the business is consistently growing and that you're heading in the right direction before you even think about stopping your job. Because, guys, once you don't have stable income, you are living in a new world. Okay, nobody is going to pay you a paycheck at the end of every month on a consistent basis. Okay, you have to work for that money and you have to generate clients. So until you can get to that point, you need to be very laser focused and very confident that this is the step and this is the jump that you're going to make, and you need to have proven results that it can be done, at least to a certain extent, before you do that. Okay, and to the contrary on that, right? If you're able to invest significantly more time because you're not investing any time on your 9 to 5, your business will grow significantly faster. You will be able to get more clients. You will be able to do better, but you also need to be able to manage your time, because I have seen people quit their jobs to become an entrepreneur in several different types of businesses, and they didn't know how to manage their time properly. They were sleeping in late. They would not start working until the afternoon. They would, they don't have a job. They didn't have discipline to create their own schedule. And as a entrepreneur, as a video business owner, or as an owner of any company that's your own, you are in charge of setting your own hours. You are in charge of creating what tasks you need to do on a day-to-day basis. Nobody else. So you need to understand these principles before you take this jump, and you need to have a plan, because, guys, it can be scary. And I have seen a lot of people stop what they're doing to start their own business, not make it, or struggle significantly for years and years and years, and potentially even get into debt because they didn't know how to manage these things correctly. So You need to plan out this jump. You need to plan out this escape from the rat race by applying these principles. Okay. And the last final thing that I will say to people that are in this, when you get to this specific point, is that it's, guys, it's not going to be easy. Okay. It's going to be scary, and it's going to be feel like you are taking a huge jump, and it's going to feel like you're unsure. Um, because probably after this point, you've probably worked a job where you're waiting for this check to come every single month, and you probably haven't had to do this on your own. But I will tell you guys that two years later, you will look back, and if you've done things right, and if you've been willing to put in the work, and you've been willing to better yourself every single day, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, you will achieve your goals. You will achieve your dreams. You will be able to make this dream a reality. Um, and you'll be able to live on your own terms, go where you want to go, do what you want to do, take the jobs that you want to take. And guys, I would rather live a life where I failed at what I was trying to do than live a life where I regretted that I never even tried. Okay? That was something I read in a book a long time when I was quitting my job, and looking back, it was the best decision I ever made of my life. And I know that if I wouldn't have taken the jump, maybe there was a chance that it would have failed. And if I would have failed, at least I would have known that at least I would have known that I tried. And you can always get another job, guys. Okay, as long as you're hardworking and you're willing to put in the work, you can probably get another job. Okay, so guys, that was my spiel on some tips and kind of a plan to exit what you're doing, a plan to become a full-time videographer, and you know, be able to become this dream person that we've all dreamed of doing. Um, this is my first episode of Raw Talk. Okay. I want to do these videos every single week because I think that on YouTube there's a lot of videos of pre-chopped footage and all this B-roll and all of these all of this information that's super condensed. But at the end of the day, having a conversation or listening to someone speaking at this pace, speaking to you as you're a human, um, could definitely generate you guys more value in terms of extracting the information that I have already gained going through steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, and just accelerating the process and giving you guys some hope and letting you guys know that it's possible. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys are ready to take that jump. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the Raw Talks, and if I should continue to do a video like this every single week. Super excited for the channel. And as always, guys, peace out.